man. It's always a weird transition coming from Ariana Grande back on the Harley, you know what I mean? Yo, what's up guys? It's Iron J Moto, and it is a beautiful morning, man. And yeah, I figured I'd bring you guys on a little commute as I head to work. And I was thinking, like, if for those of you guys who've been actually following me from my earlier vlogs, I used to complain so much before I got my new handlebars, my new seat, and all that. And if some of you guys remember, I used to complain about, you know, my comfort on the iron, you know what I mean? And I was just thinking, like, man, I really haven't even thought about my comfort lately, because I'm comfortable riding this thing. I could ride forever. I commute on the iron. I have done some pretty decent distance on the iron. And yeah, I haven't thought about it in a while, but I remember there was like a little span of time where I was constantly complaining about my back, my ass. Like, it took a while, I feel, to get to where I'm at on the iron and being comfortable and excited to ride this thing. You know, when it was uncomfortable to ride, it was, you know, it was like, where are we going? You know, like, do I want to go for a ride right now? And that's not fun. I mean, like, the reason why we get into motorcycling is because it's exciting. It's fun to ride around. It's a little bit of an adrenaline rush. And you get this sense of freedom when you're riding, and you know, you don't want to be bogged down by your comfort. But yeah, I figured, you know, I'd talk about what I did to make the Iron 883 comfortable for me. I mean, one of the first things I did to make it more comfortable for me was upgrade my seat. I upgraded from a LePera Bare Bones to the Saddlemen step-up seat. And when I first got my iron, I thought I was gonna go straight bobber with it, you know what I mean? But again, you know, after 45 minutes, an hour of riding around, it gets uncomfortable. And so I started wanting to do more distance when I was riding. So I upgraded to the Saddlemen step-up seat. It's super comfortable. It's well broken in by now, and it's got the little step up, the little backrest, so like your lower, or like your butt, like kind of just has like this backrest. And I've been super comfortable on this seat. So, you know, in order to make depending on what you're trying to do with your iron, you know, you're definitely going to want to upgrade your seat from that stock seat. That stock seat's like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's just like foam. So definitely upgrade your seat. Look at this dude in the car in front of me. Tell this guy, nice car. The second thing I did to make the iron more comfortable was upgrade to these 10-inch Nash Midget Gimp handlebars. They're awesome. I love them. Again, I went 10 inches. I was debating between 12 and 10. I don't know if there's really any right answer to this, but you know, I'm like 5'6", and so these 10-inch handlebars sit right around my chest height. I think if I went with the 12-inch, they'd sit right at my shoulder height. So the 10 inches are super comfortable for me. I've never had any soreness in my arms or my shoulders or my upper back riding around with these handlebars ever since I upgraded them. Again, for those of you guys who are following my earlier YouTube videos, I had those Biltwell Keystone handlebars So when I was riding around, I was leaned forward and I was like down here. And oh my God, I like 30 minutes into riding, my entire back would be shot. And like, I'd like to consider myself still young, man. So like, after 25-30 minutes of riding around and my back and shoulders were aching, oh my God, I just remember that time of like, man, I really want to upgrade my handlebars. Like, I hate these. Like, I mean, but the Biltwell Keystones, they look amazing though. Like, it made my bike look super badass. But as far as function, man, those things hurt like hell. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, I think anything above 6 inches, you'll definitely have to extend your cables. I extended my clutch, but I obviously still have tons of more clutch cable kind of hanging out there. But I changed that out. I changed the brake line, and then I also extended the electronics for the clamps, so I could internal wire the handlebars. I didn't change my throttle, so it looks like I was okay with extending up 10 inches and just extending the clutch, the internal wiring, and the brake line. I think I could have got away with just extending the brake line, but I didn't want to start the job and then have to order parts, you know, because shipping was taking a while when I was doing my handlebar upgrade. But definitely very key for me was upgrading the handlebars, coming up 10 inches. And the Nash handlebars, I love the way they look because you get like this chiseled bottom end, and then you get this really narrow, you know, round bend at the top. So I think they look super amazing. I love the way they look. They still look badass, and they go with the aesthetic of my bike still, without it being too round, you know. I'm just a big fan of all these chiseled, sharp lines. But yeah, so we upgraded the seat, we upgraded the handlebars, and when you upgrade your handlebars, you got to upgrade your grips. I went with these Avon grips, like Avon knurled grips. Love the way they feel. I think they add to the comfort. I have a bit smaller hands, so I actually like that these are a little bit smaller than fatter in grips. Again, just my personal taste, but I like that my hands can wrap all around them easily without it being a bit wider. But I understand that there's some people who prefer a wider grip, you know what I mean? A bit girthier of a grip. Another thing that I did to make the Iron a more comfortable ride was upgrade the footrests. I went with the Harley Davidson Willie G footrests, or foot pegs, whatever you want to call them. You know, they're a little bit wider, a little bit longer. I always wear boots when I ride, so I could just fit my, you know, right where that heel is, right into the footrest. And they feel a little bit more stable than, you know, the rubber stock foot pegs. So that always helps in making it a little bit more comfortable, especially when you go over bumps and you got to use your feet to kind of push your butt up so you don't like eat the road too much, and you're, you know, when it's like super bumpy. One of the last things that I did in the realm of comfort for my ride on the Iron was upgrade the suspension. I went ahead and put Olean's rear shocks on, and I went with just the 11 inch, so I stayed within the stock height, but just chose a higher performing rear shock setup. And to me, the reason why I did that was because, again, like, I'm like 5'6". The Saddlemen step up adds like a ½ inch of height to the ride, so it's not as low anymore. So I didn't want to be tiptoeing, you know, parking my bike or moving around. I wanted to still be able to flat foot. So I stayed at the stock height, but again, it's Olean, so you're getting a higher performing rear shock. There is a debate, I could imagine, is the Harley purists you know, putting Olean shocks on a Harley. But again, you know, I wanted to leave it to the people who specialize in shocks. I was looking into getting Legends suspension, but you know, that some of their suspension started at 12, 13, 14 inches, and I didn't want to lift myself too high where I couldn't flat foot my bike anymore. But again, staying at 11 inches stock height but upgrading the suspension, to me, is night and day difference. Like, it's just a smoother ride. It really is. I mean, again, when you come up to bigger bumps, like, there's no suspension's ever gonna really eat that up. You're still gonna have to navigate around bigger bumps. But as far as, you know, your normal road and riding around, it's smooth. I feel like I can take corners a lot tighter. It's just amazing, and it just handles a lot better. I could upgrade the front forks. I'm sure that will also increase the stability and the ride, but again, I just did the rear shocks, and I feel like it's night and day difference in my opinion. So yeah, those are all the things that I did to make my Iron a lot more comfortable, a lot more fun to ride. I never question getting on this bike anymore. I don't have any back pain. My butt doesn't get all sore after riding. Like, I'm completely happy with the setup on my Iron right now. And it took me a few months and a lot of research. So I really hope that this video helps you guys. And if you're wondering how to make your Iron or your Sportster more comfortable, I hope it helps you. Comment below if there's something you did that I didn't, that in your opinion has made your ride more comfortable. So if you guys like this video, please like it, give it that thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and till the next one, guys, peace.